Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So guys, as you already know, I have started a live project implementation playlist on my YouTube channel named MLOPs Production Ready Deep Learning project. Okay, so here I already completed, you can see 5 sessions. That means we have completed till prediction pipeline and user app implementation. So there I told you after implementing the user app, I will show you how we can deploy this project as a CI/CD with the help of Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins CI/CD tool. So see guys, what I will do instead of taking the live session on top of the Jenkins, I'm going to share you one video. Okay, I have already taken one session on top of Jenkins. So what I feel like that video would be really good for understanding the entire Jenkins pipeline, because inside Jenkins there are so many setups, and currently actually I'm having some trouble with my AWS account. So because of that, I'm adding you that particular video. Okay, so that you can refer. So in this video I have explained each and everything. I have showed like step by step like process how we can deploy our entire projects as a CI/CD with the help of Jenkins, okay, on the AWS cloud. So I'm going to add this video guys. You can refer the entire video for these kinds of deployment. So only the change you have to do, you have to use this project. Okay, the project I have implemented, I think you already know that this project is available in my GitHub. So guys, what I have done, I have already updated all the necessary files and folder you need for this Jenkins deployment. So here you can see you need .jenkins folder, and here you need some script. Okay, so all the script I already shared. Then apart from that, you need the Docker file. Okay, here I mentioned the Docker. Then you need the Docker compose. Okay, you can see Docker compose is also required. So these are the folders and file why you required. I already explained in that particular session. So please try to make sure guys you watch till the end, because if you miss anything, definitely you will be getting some error. So just go through step by step, and you can let me know if you are facing any kinds of issue. I'll try to help you with that. So guys, let me show you how we can do the entire deployment with the help of Jenkins, one of the amazing CI/CD tool.
Now, before starting with the session, I just wanted to show you the architecture, like what I'm going to do exactly. So see, here I'm going to create two EC2 machine. So let's say this is my first EC2, EC2, EC2 1. Okay, and this is the second EC2, EC2 2. So in the first EC2, actually I need to set up my Jenkins server, because Jenkins uh, you have to manually set up this particular CI/CD tool. Okay, so GitHub Action, I think you saw it is already available inside your GitHub, so you don't need to set up this particular tool. But whenever I'm talking about Jenkins, you have to set up this thing manually. Okay, so this is the task you need to perform at the very first. So for this, you will need to use one particular virtual machine service called EC2 instance from AWS service. Okay, so here I'll be setting up my Jenkins server. So after setting up my Jenkins server, I'll be doing some configuration and all. Okay, then what will happen actually, I'll just try to connect this Jenkins server with my GitHub. Okay, so here let's say this is my GitHub. Okay, this is my GitHub, and let's say this is the user. This is the user. So whenever user will push something, let's say the code. So here actually you can do two things. It would be automatically run. Otherwise, you can manually trigger the workflow. Okay, so both I will show you how to do it and all. Okay, so here your GitHub, you can say trigger will execute, and your GitHub will trigger the Jenkins pipeline. Okay, GitHub will trigger the Jenkins pipeline, and what Jenkins will do, it will take the code. It will take the code from your GitHub. Okay, it will take the code from your GitHub. Then it will build a Docker image. Okay, so it will build a Docker image. Okay, Docker image of your entire source code. Let's say this is my Docker image. Now it will build a Docker image. Now this Docker image would be pushed to my uh, there is a service called ECR. Okay, ECR, that means Elastic Container Registry, ECR service. So this image will push to the ECR container registry, and from ECR container registry I need to pull this particular image. Okay, in this particular EC2 machine we'll be creating. So here we'll be pulling this particular image, and we'll be executing this particular image, and it will give me the endpoint. Okay, it will give me my application app running. Okay, so this is the high level architecture of my deployment. So I need to launch two EC2 machine, because one EC2 machine will launch my Jenkins server, another machine will launch my application. Okay, so these two machine I need, and apart from that I need to do some configuration now. Okay, I'll tell you how to do the configuration, because whenever you are using Jenkins, you have to do lots of manual configuration there. Okay, but whenever you are using GitHub Actions, so you don't need to perform manually setting. These are the tool. Okay, so this is the difference between Jenkins and GitHub Action. So after learning Jenkins, actually you will able to realize, okay, what you need to perform whenever I'm talking about setting up the CICD tool. Okay, so let's start with the first you can say server creation. So first of all, I'll try to launch my Jenkins server. Okay, then after that I'll do some configuration, then we'll be doing the rest of the thing. Yeah. So to launch the Jenkins server, first of all, you need to log in with your AWS account. And yesterday I already showed you how to create the user. Okay, how to create the user and how to get this particular secret access key and access key. Okay, so I'm not going to create this particular user. You can say I'm user again. Okay, so you just need to create your IAM user. Make sure you are giving administrator policy there. Okay, yeah. So first of all, here I'm going to search for EC2 machine. Okay, EC2 machine. So let's open this particular service called EC2 machine. Yeah, but before launching this particular EC2 machine, I just wanted to tell you what kinds of modification I have done inside my code. So this is the code, guys. So here I have added one .github workflows. Okay, this particular .github workflows will trigger your Jenkins pipeline. Okay, see, this is the workflow I have written. It will trigger the Jenkins job. Okay, as you can see here, I need to provide the Jenkins credential. So it will automatically connect to my Jenkins, and it will trigger the job there. Okay, then I need something called .jenkins folder. Okay, as you can see, .jenkins folder. So if you're working with Jenkins, so you need to create this particular folder, and inside that you have to write one Jenkins file. Okay, so this is the Jenkins file, and here I have already written all the command related our deployment. Okay, so first of all, it will get the secret keys, okay, from the environment variable. Then it will do the continuous integration. Then it will log in with my ECR, build the Docker image, push the Docker image, then continuous deployment. That means it will open up my uh, EC2 machine. Okay, so this is the machine ID. So I'll be changing this particular ID, and I also need the Docker compose file. Okay, so this is the Docker compose file, and here I copied the link from my GitHub. Okay, I'll tell you how to change it and all. Okay, then after that, this command will remain same, and you need to execute this particular command. That's it. Now here, additionally, you need your Docker file. As you can see, I already written my Docker file. So this is the Docker file. So I'm taking Python 3.8 Slim Buster image. Okay, now see this project, I think I was taking 3.7. Let me check the version. So Python version I was using in this particular project, yeah, it's 3.7. So you can change here, instead of 3.8 you can take 3.7. Okay, this particular version. Then I'm installing AWS CLI, installing the requirements, and launching the app. Yeah, and additionally I have written another file called Docker Compose. In this particular Docker Compose, as you can see, what it will do, it will take this particular image ID, okay, and it will do the port mapping. Okay, 8080. So here is the port, guys, of my application. So this is the port, guys. I was running port number 8080. Okay, so these are the additional file you need for this particular deployment. And whatever command I will be executing, I kept everything inside this script folder. Okay, as you can see, if I want to set up Jenkins in the AWS, how to set up, all the command I have already added. Okay, you need to copy these are the command and you need to execute one by one. Now let's see, want to do EC2 setup. Okay, how to do it? So these are the command I have already added. So I'll tell you how to execute this particular command. So everything I have shared in this particular repository, then I already commit this code in my GitHub. Okay, as you can see, if I refresh, so here is the code, guys. Okay, so all the files are available, script, Jenkins, then Docker Compose. Okay, everything is available here. Now I'm sharing this link in the chat so that you can clone everything and you can get all the code. So this is the GitHub link. Now here, how to get this particular Docker Compose URL link? Just click on the Docker Compose YAML. Now right hand side you can see there is a raw button. Just click on this raw button, and now you will get this particular link. Okay, just copy this particular link and change it here. Okay, change it inside the Jenkins file. Make sure you are giving your URL, okay, not my URL. So here you just need to change this particular URL. Let me show you. So this is the URL, guys, you need to change. So here you can replace this particular URL. So this is the URL part. I think I can zoom out and show you. See, this is the URL part. Okay, you need to just change this particular URL. So it will take that particular Docker Compose file from my repository. Okay, and whenever you are doing it, it will take that Docker Compose file from your repository, not in my repository. Okay, and you need to change this particular machine ID. So as of now, just keep it like that. I'll tell you how to change this particular machine ID. That's it. So this is the slight modification you have to do inside this particular Jenkins file. Okay, yeah. Now guys, I think everything is fine. Now what I can do, I can quickly launch my EC2 machine and set up the Jenkins there. So I'll go back. This is my repository. I will open up my EC2, and here I'll launch one machine. So here I can click on launch instance. Make sure you selected an US East one, that means not Virginia. So this is the region, but if you're taking other regions, so make sure you are like managing these are the allies name. Okay, let's say US East one for the North Virginia. If you're using, let's say, Asia Pacific Mumbai, you have to use AP South one. Okay, that's how you have to take care about the region. So by default, I took this particular region called US East one. So you can also take this particular region. Now what you have to do, guys, you just need to launch one instance. So let me just click here, launch instance. I think I can change the view also. I think it is fine. You can see that. Yeah, I think it is fine. Now here, what I can do, I can give any name. So here, this is my Jenkins server. Okay, so here I just write Jenkins. Okay, this is my Jenkins machine. This is my Jenkins machine. Okay, so here I will take this Ubuntu instance and make sure you are taking the older version of the Ubuntu. So 20.0.4, this one I will be taking. And here you can take the instance type. So at least I will be going with 4 GB RAM, because it will run my let's say this one, my Jenkins server. So I don't want to get any kinds of lagging. So at least take this 4 GB of memory. I'll be taking this T2 medium, this one. Then after that, what I need to do, I need to create a key pair. Okay, so this key pair is required whenever, let's say, you want to authenticate. You want to authenticate with this particular, let's say, machine. Okay, at that time it is required. So what you can do, guys, you can create a key pair and you can give the name. So here I can give Jenkins. Okay, Jenkins, and this will generate a PEM file, and it will have the credential to access with this particular machine. So now I'll create this particular key pair. Okay, it will download this particular PEM file. As you can see, it has downloaded already. Now what I can do, I can select this particular key pair name, Jenkins, and here I'll select this particular option, allow HTTP traffic and HTTPS. And yeah, so at least configuration storage at least take 32 GB. It's fine. Now I think everything is fine. Let me check. Mm, hmm. Yeah, everything is fine. Now what I will do, I will just create my instance. Okay, so I'll just click on launch instance. Okay, now if I click on view instance, now let me refresh. It should be running. Then after that, we can start with that particular machine. Okay, now this machine is running, guys. Now I'll click on this machine, and here I will just connect this particular machine. So I'll just click on connect, and here I'll just click on connect. So it will launch one terminal in my browser. Okay, so it has opened. I'll clear. Now here what I have to do, I have to set up my Jenkins server. So how to set up the Jenkins server? So in the script folder, I have already given all the commands. So open this particular jenkins.hs. Okay, this particular file. So let's open. Now here is the command, guys. Okay, all the command I have given. Now you have to execute one by one. So first of all, I need to upgrade my machine. So for this, I need to execute these are the commands. So let's copy and execute here. After that, I will copy the second command. So you have to install Java. Okay, Java OpenJDK. That means Java you have to install because if you want to install a Jenkins server, so you need this particular Java install. Okay, in this particular machine. So that's why I have to install Java, and this is the command to install Java. Okay, OpenJDK, and this is the version I'm installing called 8. Okay, now let me execute. It will take some time. After that, I think we can install our Jenkins here. Okay, it is done. Now, if you want to check whether Java has installed or not, you can write down this particular command called Java hyphen version. So it will show you the Java version. See, okay, so it is giving error. The version okay, will it exit? Okay, I think I need to execute this particular command. Then I think you can show. So what I can do, now you have to install Jenkins. So copy this particular command. Copy this particular URL. Okay, because this Linux is a Debian based actually system. So for this you have to use this particular URL. Now let's open this particular URL, and here you will see all the command to install this particular Jenkins. So now these are the command actually you have to execute one by one. So I'll copy this particular first command. Let's copy the first command, and here I will execute in my machine. Okay, then I'll copy the second command, then I will execute. Then I will copy. These are the command one by one. Now this is the last command. It will install the Jenkins. Yeah, I'll give the permission yes, and let's press enter. Okay, now let me clear. and again execute this Java version. So Java hyphen hyphen version. Okay, now if you see, it is installed. Okay, OpenJDK, this is the version, and yeah, everything is showing. That means everything installed successful. Okay, now if you want to start Jenkins, so these are the command you need to execute. First of all, you need to write sudo systemctl start Jenkins. So let me execute this command. Then you have to do enable Jenkins. Then if you want to check the status whether it is active or not, copy this particular command called status Jenkins. Now it should be active and running, guys. See, this is active and running. That means my installation is successful. My Jenkins is running. Now if I want to end this, just press ESC from the keyboard or press Ctrl C. It will terminate. Okay, not terminate. See, if I execute again this particular command, I start as, see, it will again show active and running, because if I want to get back my terminal, I'll just press Ctrl C from the keyboard. That's it. Now let me clear. Okay, now next what I need to do, guys, here I already written the command. I need to install Docker. Okay, so to install the Docker, you have to execute these are the command one by one. Let's copy. Done. Then I'll copy this command. Done. Now I'll copy. I'll add my Docker as a user mode. Now I also need to add for the Jenkins. Otherwise, it will give you permission error. Okay, permission denied error. So that's why you have to execute this at the command one by one. So now I'm installing AWS CLI here. Done. Now what I have to do, I have to execute this command. Then I have to configure my AWS credential. For this, I'll execute this particular command. After configuration, I need to restart the Jenkins. Okay. So how to do it? So let me show you. So here I can paste it and set my uh, AWS configure. Okay. So now here you have to give AWS secret access key. So this is the sorry, AWS access key. So this is the access key. I'll copy this particular access key. The CSV you have downloaded yesterday. So this is from there actually we'll get everything. Now I'll paste and I'll set this particular access key. Then I need to set my secret access key. So this is my secret access key. I'll copy and here I'll paste it. Then region, it is US East 1, as I already told you, because I'm inside this one, not Virginia. So US East 1. US hyphen East hyphen 1. So this is my region name. Output format, just keep it as default. Now it is set. Now if you want to verify, so just execute the same command again. Now if you see, this ID is coming. Okay, now press enter, 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 enter. Yeah, so everything is set. Now what I have to do, guys, I have to restart. Okay, I have to restart my Jenkins. That means Jenkins server. So how to restart the Jenkins server? So here, what you can do, just go back. First of all, close this particular terminal and go back to the machine. So this is my machine instance. So this is the machine. It is running. Now I'll select this particular machine, and here click on the instance state, and here you will see one uh, button called reboot instance. Okay. Otherwise, you can stop and start again. So what I will do, I think I can stop it. I'll or let's say reboot it. I'll just click on reboot instance. Now reboot is done. Now if you want to verify, you just stop it again. So let's stop. The status should be stopped. Okay, then we can again start it. It is taking time. So let's wait for some times. Then I think we can connect again. I think reboot was fine, but I again stop it. If you are doing reboot, then it is fine. You don't need to stop it. But I just wanted to show you. That's why I just perform reboot operation. Okay, now it is stopped. Now if you want to restart it again, click here and click on the instance and start the machine. Now it is pending. Now if it is running, that means we can again access. Because sometimes what happens whenever you are let's say adding this docker in the docker group, or let's say sudo group, so sometimes it doesn't take that particular change, so you need to restart it so that it will take this particular change, and whenever you will push your code, it won't be giving any kinds of permission denied error. Okay, so that's why reboot is required. Now see, my machine is running. Now I'll go to the instance id. Now I'll connect it again. Let's connect. Now let me clear. If I write ls, so all the files should be present here. See, get docker is there. Now if I want to check the status whether my docker sorry, this Jenkins is running or not, again I can execute this particular command, sudo systemctl Jenkins status. See, it is up and running. So now I'll execute. Now see, if I now want to access my Jenkins, so this is the public IP address. Let's copy. Now if I want to access it, okay. So it won't be working because by default Jenkins runs on this port number 8080. So let's say if I give port number 8080, so here it is not running. Okay, here it is not running because I haven't set this particular port inside my um, machine I have created. Okay, I need to do the port mapping operation. So see, it will give me this error. It's not able to figure out that particular instance running. Okay, see, it will give me error after some times. So in between, what I can do, I can go back to my EC2, and here you will see something called security option. Okay, just see, it is giving this particular option. This site cannot be reached. Now I'll go to the security option. Now here you have security groups. Okay, let's click on the security groups. Now right hand side you can see edit inbound rules. Okay, just click on the edit inbound rules, and here you need to add the port number. Just click on add rules. It should be custom TCP and give port number 8080. Now give this particular 000. Sorry, it would be let me cancel 000, and after that I think I can save the rules. Okay, now if I go to the instance again, Jenkins machine, now copy the IP address, and here I will replace it again, and I'll give port number 8080. Now my Jenkins should be running. See guys, now I'm getting this particular Jenkins server. Now, if I want to enter inside Jenkins server, okay, if I want to enter inside Jenkins tools, what I have to do, I have to take this particular administrator password. Okay, how I can get this particular administrator password? So this is the command you have to execute. Just copy this particular command. Okay, copy. And here I already add what you have to add with this particular command. See, as you can see, yeah, this is the command you have to add. This is the command you have to add. This is the command. Okay, sudo cat, then you have to paste this particular link you have copied. But before that, you have to set your elastic IP on AWS. Okay, because what will happen every time whenever you will restarting, okay, whenever you are restarting your this one instance, it will change this particular IP again and again. Okay, so this is what I don't want. I need to set this particular IP as my elastic IP. So how I can set? For this, I'll go back to my instance. Okay, now left hand side you will see something called elastic IP option. Just click on the elastic IP. Now here I need to allocate one elastic IP. Just click on the allocate elastic IP. Now here everything will remain same. Now here I'll just click on the allocate. Okay, now I need to associate this particular elastic IP. Now I click on the associate elastic IP. Now you have to select the instance. Okay, which instance you want to set this particular elastic IP. Now I want to set on this Jenkins machine. Okay, so this is the machine I want to select. Now I'll just click on associate. Now every time if you do restart operation, this IP address will remain same. Okay, it won't be changing. Now see, it is set. Now if I go to my see, initially it was yeah, so it will save, I think, it with the same IP address. Let me show you. So if I go to the instance, now if I go to my instance ID, now see, this IP address is remain same. Now if you restart it again, you will see this will remain common only. Now if I again give this particular IP address and write port number 8080, now again I will get the same page, I think. Yeah, now let's collect the admin password. Okay, now how to collect the admin password? So here you have to write this particular command. So this is the command you have to execute. So let's copy this particular command, and I'll open this particular uh, terminal, and here you have to execute. Okay, this is my previous IP, that's why it's not running. So what I will do, I'll again close it. Now I'll open my instance again. So let me open. Now let me connect and connect. Now clear. Now I think I can paste this particular command. Now it will give me one password. Okay, this password I have to copy. So let me copy this particular password. I'll copy, and here I have to paste it. Now let me continue. I don't want to save. Now see, now it is telling you have, do you want to install some plugins? Because by default you have to install some plugins if you want to use Jenkins, because you are doing for the first time setup. Okay, and you have to set up some of the plugins. So select this install suggested plugins, and let me install everything. See all the suggested plugins it will install here, and if additional is required later on, I will be installing manually. Now you have to give your username. So any kinds of username you can give. I will give ENTBappy. Password I will also give the same ENTBappy. So every time if you want to log in with this particular Jenkins server, you have to give this particular credential, username and password. Make sure you remember this thing. I'll confirm the password ENTBappy, and full name. Let's give my name only. An email address. I'll select my email address. Okay. Now I'll save and continue. Yeah, so this is the URL of your Jenkins. Okay, so this is the like elastic URL. Now I'll save and finish. Okay, now start using Jenkins. Now see guys, this is your Jenkins dashboard. Okay, now my Jenkins is up and running on the AWS server. Now what I have to do, the first thing, I have to add the secrets. Okay, I have to add the secret because I have already set up the instance. Now if I show you my Jenkins file, I have to set up the secret, okay, inside my environment variable. So I have to set for my ECR repo, AWS account ID, AWS access key ID, and AWS secret access key ID. So these four I have to set up. Additionally, I have to also set up for my SSH key. Okay, so these five I need to set up one by one. So first of all, let's install one plugins. Actually, you have to install one plugins called SSH key. Okay, this plugin you have to install here because it will do the SSH authentication with my machine. So that's why I need to install this particular plugin. So if I want to install this particular plugin, what I need to do, I need to click on this manage Jenkins here. Now right hand side, you will see something called here. You have something called plugin. Okay, so this is the plugin. Let me just check. I think confidential user security. Yeah. So you have to click on these plugins. Now you have to search for available plugins. Now search for that particular plugins you have to install. Okay, so you just search for SSH. Now you will see something called SSH agents. Okay, this is the plugin guys you have to install. Okay, SSH agents. So now I'll select this particular plugin, and here what I will do, I'll install it. Now it is telling restart Jenkins when installation is complete. Now I'll click on this button. Now it will install and restart my Jenkins again. Okay, now it is telling again like sign in with your Jenkins server. So I'll give the same credential I think you remember. So ENTBappy, and the password also ENTBappy. Now let's sign in. Okay, so go back to the top page. You can start using install plugins right away. Yeah. So now I think it is installed. Now what I will do, I'll go back to my Jenkins dashboard. Yeah. Now here, first of all, I need to set up my secret variable. So for this, again, I'll click on manage Jenkins. And in the security, you have to go to the confidential, okay, credential, configure credential. Now I'll click here. Now you have to click on the system. Now global credential and add credential. So kind should be it is secret text file. Okay, secret text, not a secret file. It's a secret text. I'll be selecting this particular option. Just a minute. Username SSS unnamed with private key. Yeah, so it is a secret text. Now here you have to give this particular ID first of all. Okay, what is the ID? So this is the ID. So first ID ECR repository. Okay, let's copy this one ECR repository, and here I'll paste this particular ID. Where you will get this particular ECR repository? Again, go back to your AWS, open a new tab, and here you can search for ECR. ECR, that means Elastic Container Registry. I told you na, because it will push the image to the ECR. That means I need to create a ECR repository first of all. Now here I'll create a repository. It should be private. I'll give as sign line, and let's create. Now this is created. Now this is the URI you have to copy. This particular URI you have to copy. Let's copy this particular URI. And now I'll go back, and here in the secret I have to add this particular URI. Okay, once it is done, uh, yeah, so now just click on create. Now see, one secret I have added. Now I'll add for the second one. And again I need to select the kind for secret text. Now again give the ID. So this is the ID, AWS account ID. So copy, and here I'll paste. And where you will get this particular ID. Now open your account, click on your account profile, and this is the account ID, guys. You just need to copy this particular ID. I'll copy. Let me verify whether it has copied or not. Yeah, this is the account ID. I'll copy, and here I need to paste it. Now let me create. Now I have to again add secret text. Now let's give the ID. I need to add for my AWS key ID. Now here I have my access key ID. Okay, in my CSV file, this is the access key ID. Now let's create. Now again I will add credential. Now I have to add for my secret text. Now give the ID AWS secret access key. Now this is my secret access key. That's it. I think I can create. Now the last one I have to do it for my SSS one. Okay. Now for SSS one you have to select this one, this option called SSS username with private key. Okay, this option you have to select. Now here I think username. This one or password secret key SSS client. Enter directly. Okay, let me go back and let me check it once. How I have to add it. Just a minute, guys. So if I again click here, add credential. Now I have to select the kind, uh, this one. Now scope, it is fine. Now I need to give the ID, so let's give the ID. So this is the ID, SSH key. I'll copy this particular ID, and here I have to paste it. Okay, then I need to give the actual key. Now I'll click on this enter key directly. Okay, I'll click here, enter key directly, and I'll add it. Now here you can paste this particular key. Now how to paste this particular key, where you will get, I think you remember we have downloaded one PEM file. Okay, whenever we created our EC2 machine, we have generated one PEM file. So this is the Jenkins PEM file we have created. Now let me open it up so I can open in a notepad plus plus. Yeah, so this is the private key, guys. So now you have to copy, and here you have to paste it. You have to paste it like that. Once it is done, now let me verify. Yeah, then you have to just create it. Yeah, so now it is also set. Now everything we have set. Now what I have to do, guys, let me check everything we have set. Yeah, now it is ready. Now I can create my pipeline. Okay, I can create my CICD pipeline. So for this, I will go to my dashboard again. Now if you check, if you want to check whether it is set or not, again click on manage Jenkins and go to the credential, and see all the credential has been already set. See, one by one all the credential has been already set. Now I will go back. Now I need to create the pipeline. Okay, so to create the pipeline, now click on the new item. Now here you can give the pipeline name. So let's give sign project. Okay, sign project. Now it should be pipeline. Okay, it should be pipeline. Now click create this particular pipeline. Now here you have to select the pipeline definition. So pipeline definition, I want to select from SCM, that means source control management. Okay, because this particular code is available inside my GitHub, so I need to select the GitHub. Okay, so how I can select the GitHub? SCM none by default. Now select the Git. Okay, Git from here. Now once you select the Git, now it will ask for this particular path. Okay, so it's not, yeah, so now it is coming. Just a minute. Okay, so now it is telling me just add the repository URL. Okay, so where you will get the repository URL? So this is my GitHub. So I'll copy this particular URL, click on code and copy this HTTP link. And here just try to mention it, repository URL. Then credential, you don't need to pass anything. The branch you have to change, it is a main branch, but by default it is taking master. So I'll change this particular branch name. So it is main. After that, I need to specify the Jenkins file path. Okay, so where it is present? It is present inside .jenkins folder. See, here I have my Jenkins file. Okay, now let's give this part .jenkins. Okay, I'll copy this name, and here I think I can mention. Here I can mention. Then I need to give slash. Okay, .jenkins. Inside that I have my Jenkins file. Now everything is fine. Everything is fine. Now I will just save it. I'll just save it. Okay. Now my pipeline has created, guys. Okay, now what I have to do, uh, i have to I have to just create a EC2 machine right now. So let's create a EC2 machine. So here I will come back, and this is the EC2 setup command. Here it is already given. So now let's launch the EC2 machine. I'll go back. I'll go to the instance again. Now here I'll launch the instance, then give the name. So it is my project machine. Okay, so I'll give my sign machine. Now here I'll select the Ubuntu and take the older version. So this one I can take. And now instance type, I need to say take a bigger instance, because this is going to be my project instance, and my project is a deep learning based project. So at least just take 8 GB of RAM. So you can take this particular instance a large. Okay, this T2 large. Now here select the key value pair. So the same key value Jenkins I created, I think, remember Jenkins. Okay, this one I'll be selecting Jenkins. Yeah, Jenkins, I think. Let me verify the name. It is a Jenkins. Yeah, Jenkins, it's fine. Now after that I need to select these two options: allow HTTP and HTTPS, and configure storage. I'll be taking 32 GB. After that everything is fine. I think now I can launch the instance. Done. Now I'll view all instance. Now it should be running. See, it is also running. Now what I will do, I'll go back, go to this instance. This is my sign machine. Now I'll connect it. Now let me refresh again. Now I'm getting the terminal. Now let me clear, and I have to set up. These are the command. Okay, here. So EC2 setup. So now open this EC2 setup SSH file. Okay, now you need to set up. Let's upgrade first of all. Now I'll paste this the second command. Now the third command. Okay. Then I have to install Docker again. Okay, so these are the command I will be executing one by one. Okay, done. Now let's copy the second one. This one. Then next one. Then I need to install AWS CLI again. Hmm. Then I need to configure my AWS credential again. So I'll execute this particular command, AWS configure. Now again, I have to pass my access key and secret key. So let me just open that one. So that CSV file I downloaded yesterday. So this is the CSV file. I'll open it up. Now this is my access key. Now this is my secret key. Now reason it is US East 1 default. Now let me clear. Now anything else I need to do? Now I need to set up the elastic IP, okay, for this particular instance also, because again if I restart it will change. Okay, so for this I can do it. So here I'll go back to my instance and click on the instance. Okay, now left hand side, what I can do, I can close this terminal as of now. Hmm. Now left hand side again I will see elastic IP. Let's click here. Now I will allocate a elastic IP. So here I will allocate. Now I will associate. Now which machine I want to do it for my signed machine. Okay, the machine I have created right now, signed machine. Now let's associate. Okay, now see it is associated. Now I will go to the instance and sign machine. If I click here, now this is the public IP. Okay, now I'll copy this public IP, guys. Now I'll open up my code, and in the Jenkins file, you have to change this particular ID. Okay, now you have to change this particular ID. So only this particular ID you have to change, because this is the machine ID. Okay, this machine you want to authenticate. Okay, the machine you have created. So please change with your machine ID, then it will work. Okay, otherwise it will throw error. And we already saved the compose directory, docker compose file directory, everything. Now I think we are ready to push the changes. Okay, now anything else I should do, let me check. Easy to set up, it's done. Elastic already associated. All the configuration I have already done. Hmm. All the configuration I have already done. Now, yeah, now everything is fine, guys. Now what I will do, I will go to the dashboard. I'll go to the dashboard, and you will see your project here. Okay, now I need to trigger the build. Okay, how I'll trigger the build. For this, I have already written the code for this main.yaml. Okay, it will automatically build a uh, it will automatically trigger the build. Okay, for this you have to set some secret variable, okay, in the GitHub. So first of all, I need to set for my URL. Okay, so URL, user, token, and jobs. Okay, so these are the thing I need to set up. So just let me set up one by one. So first of all, I need to set the URL. So I will go back to my GitHub, go to the settings, and here you have something called security, secret and variable. Click on action. Now let me select the new repository secret. Now I'll give the name, first of all, the first name, which is nothing but my URL. Okay, and what is the URL of your EC2 machine? Okay, so this is the URL, guys. Okay, if I go to the Jenkins, so this is the URL. I'll copy this particular URL, and here I'll paste it. Okay, this is the URL. Now I'll add the secret. Now I'll again click on new repository secret and add for my user. Give the user. And what is the user? I think you remember we give the username, right, of my uh, this one Jenkins server. Okay, which is nothing but ENTBappy. Okay, ENTBappy is the user. Here you can check the username. In the profile section, you can also check the username. So this is the username, ENTBappy. Now I'll set. Now I'll set the new one, my token. I'll copy and here I will paste token. Now where you will get the token, go to the Jenkins, click on the profile. After click on the profile, see this is the Jenkins ID we have already given. That means my user. Now click on the configure. Okay, now here if you see API token, okay, now you have to generate a API token. Just click on uh, this one, password, add a new token. Now let me generate. Now you have to copy this particular token, copy, and here I have to paste it. This is the token. Let me verify again. 20 1118 1118 20. Yeah. Now I will create it. After that, again I will click on new and give the job name. Job. So what is the job name? So again I will go to the dashboard. This is the job name. Okay. So sign project. So I will give the same name. If I click here, this is the job name. Sign project. This is my job name. Okay, done. Now I already set up everything. Now I will go back. Now I'm ready to push the changes. Okay, now if I push it, now it will first of all I need to see here what I've written on workflow dispatch. That means you have to manually trigger the workflow job. Okay, you can, if you want to automate, so you just need to write on push. Okay, on push, if you write on push, then whenever you will push the code, it will automatically trigger the Jenkins job. Now I'll commit the changes and let me show you. So here I just can write CICD added with Jenkins. Let's commit. Now let's see the changes. Okay, done. Now if I go to my GitHub, refresh. Now click on action. Now here you have trigger Jenkins job. Click here and you have to run the workflow again. So run workflow. Now see, it is triggered the Jenkins job. Now it is running. So once it is done, now if I go to my Jenkins right now, you see my build is started, guys. Okay, now let me click on the build. Click on the build. Now build is happening. Now just click on the console output. Now see all the things it is automatically doing. It will build the Docker image. Then it will push that particular Docker image to the Elastic Container Registry. Then from there, it will pull it. Okay, where on the EC2 machine we have created that sign machine. Then it will launch my application. So it will take some time. Let's wait. See, all the package is installing right now. So once everything is done, then I think we can see the successful build. See, that much of setup actually you have to perform if you're using Jenkins. So, but if you're using GitHub Action, so you don't need to perform this much of settings. Okay, so we can easily do the deployment because GitHub will take care everything. Okay, I think installation is done. Now I think it will build the image. Then it will push it. And one thing I have to do, I have to do the port mapping again because my application is running port number 8080. Okay, but the machine we have launched there we haven't done the port mapping. So this port mapping I had to do. Now see, it is exporting the image. Now I think it is building the image. Okay. Now once exporting is done, I will show you in the Elastic Content Registry, your image will push there. So if I go there, this my sign lang. See, initially there is no image, okay, but after this one, you will see that image will be it will push there. Again, my image size is a little bit bigger. That's why it's taking time. Okay, now image is getting pushed. So it will take the time based on your project size actually. So if your project size is huge, so definitely image size will increase and it will take some time. But if your project is small, that time it will be doing quickly. Again, I'm pushing my model as you can see. Model also I'm pushing, that's why. This is the model and this is my model. Two model I'm pushing. Okay guys, now I think if you see, now it is almost done. So it is already pushed, I think. Let me show you. So now if I refresh here, see guys, now image is there. Okay, image has been pushed. Now it is pulling that particular image in my EC2 machine, and this image size is 4.111 GB. Okay, so this is the image size. Now it is pulling the image in this particular machine, my sign machine. Okay, here it is pulling the image. Now after that, I can access my application after doing the port mapping. Yeah, almost done. Okay, see, I got the success message. That means everything is fine, guys. Okay, there is no issue. Now, if I also show you the Jenkins job, so if I go to the dashboard, if I go to the dashboard, now if I go to the sign project, so here is the dashboard, guys. Okay, now it will tell you how much time actually it took, okay, for running each and every step. Okay, so here if you see declared SCM, it took 2 seconds. Then continuous integration, it took 358 milliseconds. Okay, then logging to ECR, it took 3 seconds. Then build image, it took 6 minutes. Okay, almost 6 minutes it took. Then pushed image, it took 5 minutes. Continuous deployment, it took 3 minutes, and declaration post action, it took 625 milliseconds. Okay, so this is a beautiful log actually, you can see. So that means everything is working fine, there is no error. Now if I go to my instance again, see, now I'll copy the public IP. Okay, I'll copy this particular public IP. But if I want to access, okay, port number 8080, it won't be working because I haven't associated this port number. So I have to associate. So again, go back to the instance and click on the security, click on this particular security group, and here click on the edit outbound rules. Select this add rules and custom TCP port number 8080 and give 000 and save the rules. Once you do, now if I go to the instance again, now sign instance, now I think it should work. Okay, now if I refresh, see, now my application is running, guys. Okay, now you can do the prediction. Okay, you can even train it, everything you can perform. Got it, guys? So that's how we have performed our CI/CD deployment. Now, what you have to do every time, let's say if you are changing anything in the code, just try to push the code, okay? And here you have to manually trigger the pipeline. So this is the manual trigger I have done. If you want to do it automate, only you just need to do one simple modification. So that should be the assignment, guys. You can perform. So here you can come to the action, okay, and click on the Jenkins trigger job, and here you have to run the workflow. That's it. Okay, this is your task. Now if you want to automate this task, what you have to perform? So let me show you from my previous deployment repository. So you have to add this particular code there. Let's say you don't want to manually trigger it, so at that time you can do this thing. So if I show you end-to-end ML project implementation, now if I go to the workflow, CI/CD main, see, on branch main. Okay, so this is the code you have to write. So this particular code, let's say if you are pushing anything on the main branch, that means it will automatically trigger the pipeline. So copy this and add it here in that particular main.yml. Here on we see here on push branch main. Okay, and path ignore readme.md. So if you are changing anything in the readme.md, at that time it won't be doing. So this modification you have to do. Okay, this is the modification you have to add here. So if you're doing it, then if you're committing your code, it will automatically trigger the workflow, and your job will build again. Okay, your job will start building again. After that, it will be successful. Then you will be see the changes in your application. Okay, so that's how you can do the automate of this particular project. Now this is about the deployment, guys, with the help of Jenkins. Now I'll show you like how we can terminate all the instance, like all the instance we have created, right? But it will charge you, right? Because it is running on my AWS cloud. Now, how to terminate perfectly all the instance? So for this, first of all, you have to terminate the EC2 we have created. So let me close all the tab. So this is my ECR. So let's first of all terminate my EC2. So I'll come to the EC2. If you terminate everything, everything will be deleted. Okay, everything will be deleted. And if you stop it, that means again you can do the start again. So it will only charge for the storage purpose. But if you terminate, it will delete everything. So it won't be charging. Okay, again. So I'll just select this machine. I'll also select this particular machine, and I'll do the terminate operation, terminate instance. Let's do the terminate. Now it is getting terminated. Now after some times he will see it would be terminated. Okay, now my application won't be running again. So if I refresh, see my application won't be running because it is getting terminated. Now I also need to delete my ECR repository. Now go to the ECR repository. So this is my repository. Now you have to delete it. So this is the sign line I created. I'll select and delete it. So here you have to give the permission, delete. Done. Then you have to also disassociate your elastic IP you have created, because it will also charge for the elastic IP you have created. Okay, so for this, what you can do, see still it is shutting down, so let's wait. Once it is done, then I can delete. See, terminated. Now again go to the elastic IP, and these two elastic IP you have created. Okay, now try to select. So click on the action. First of all, you have to release this particular elastic IP. Okay, release, or let me just do it singly. Yeah, first of all you have to release elastic associate, disassociate. Yeah, so first of all you have to disassociate this elastic IP. Let's disassociate. Okay, now here if I click here and release elastic IP address. Now let me release. Cannot be released with disassociate IDs. This following address cannot be released because their associate removed associate action, disable elastic ID. Disassociate. Okay, so I need to disassociate, I think. So disassociate elastic IP. Elastic IP could not be disassociated. Elastic IP, the associate elastic does not exist. Okay, so let me refresh this page. Okay, now I'll select action, disable, enable, update, disassociate, release. Why disassociate is not working? Okay, now let me do it for this one. Now I'll release this IP. Now I also do it for the same. Now it is working. Okay, now see, I don't have any kinds of elastic IP. Now it won't be charging anything for me. Okay, then I also need to remove the user I created. Okay, so let me remove the user. So I'll go to the IAM user. Otherwise, I think I've showed this user credential here, so people can access my accounts. I'll delete it. So sign user, I'll select and delete it. I'll copy the name and delete. See, this user is already deleted. Now, if I go back, I also delete this user. Hmm. Now guys, everything is deleted and nothing is there. Okay, now we are able to successfully do the deployment.